Well, this is pretty cool right here. This is a stop motion video that Brad and his son Evan did. They started doing stop motion about 2 years ago, and they just won an international competition with this video right here, Pink Tutu Batman versus the Corn Gang. I want to stay with the video because this is one of the best parts here. Well, watch this right here. Here it comes. Corn right there. Pop, 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 pop. This is awesome! Brad, Evan, you guys did this. The very first question that I have to ask to Evan here. You won this international competition. You are super famous. Can I have your autograph? Evan is 6 years old. Dad, Brad, this is a hobby that you guys started doing, like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, a little less than 2 years ago. It was just something that we were in the front room playing with our Lego. And Evan had asked a question about, you know, how do they make Lego movies? And I said, well, it's stop motion, a lot of it's stop motion. And he said, what is, I don't even know what stop motion is.
Yeah.
And, I said, well, that's when they take a series of photos and move guys. And so I actually just pulled my phone out and said, maybe there's an app, you know, in the App Store.
There's an app for everything.
Of course, there's an app called Stop Motion. And we made the worst stop motion video ever in our front room one morning, and just to practice and see what it was all about.
Yeah.
And that day, things just kind of clicked, and it was like, this is really cool. You know, I think I want to take this to the next level.
It is really cool. So you guys, this started 2 years ago. It was video number one. Since then, how many videos have you made?
In the upper 30s somewhere right now. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, ideas pop in our head. We go down in our little basement on our Lego table and set up some lights and a camera, and I move the guys typically, and he's hitting the camera switch to take the photos. It's so cool.
Let's see some of the videos here as we're going, because they're so unique, they're so creative. Evan, where do you come up with some of these ideas? I mean, like, you just sit with Dad and you're like, hey, Dad, I want to make some corn guys popcorn. Is that about right? But Brad, as a hobby, but something you do with like you and your son, we're in an age right now where kids are on their phones, kids are playing video games. You guys are playing Lego still, and you're making your own movies out of it. Yeah. And you're winning competitions out of it.
Yeah, that was something that was a big surprise. We just found out Friday that we won this competition, and it was just one of the regular Lego channels that we follow on YouTube called Puffin. And they had just hit a subscriber count competition, or it was called the 7,500 subscriber count contest. And they had some rules that they wanted for the video, and so we put this one together and submitted it. And throughout the month of February, there were 116 submissions
from around the world.
Around the world.
Oh my God!
This channel is based out of the United Kingdom, and on Friday we were at home. My mom was over with my wife and was there, and we were all kind of watching it together and just rolled it. I mean, we were watching the countdown from top 20.
Yeah.
And every one that kept going by, our name wasn't up there, and it got down to 1. So I thought, well, maybe this is going to be us.
I've got to ask, how do you do this? How much time is put into one video?
Time, exactly. There's a lot of time that goes into this. I mean, when you're doing stop motion, it's one photo at a time. So every little movement that you make, you move the guy's arm, you take a photo. You move it again, take a picture. And some of these videos could take 2 hours to shoot. Some of them 10 hours to shoot. I mean, this video we did one with this Mustang here. We took 2,400 photos.
Good Lord!
The video is only 2.5 minutes long, but 2,400 photos for this. The Lego minifigure actually picks all the little pieces up and he builds the Mustang.
And you do all your own sound effects, all your like that laugh in the video. That was Evan. We just saw him on the microphone.
He was about 2.5, 3 years old, and it was just an old video that we had of me tickling him, putting some lotion on him. And it worked out for this video because these corn guys were laughing. And I think when you hear a child laugh like that, you can't help but laugh, and I think that helped the video.
So real quick, what's next? You won this big competition. Evan's a superstar now. He's known worldwide as Evan, the animated brick builder guy. What's next?
More videos probably. Each time, I have on my phone, in my notes, just ideas in my head. Things that he says sometimes, and they just kind of appear as notes, and then as time goes on, we think about how could we put this together as a video.
And people can find them on YouTube, right?
YouTube, yep. Our channel is Animated Brick Builders. If you just look Animated Brick Builders on YouTube, we're also on Facebook as well. And we try to post things as often as we can, but these videos are very time consuming. So
it takes a little
It's not like
while.
we're putting them out every day. I mean, it could take a month sometimes to just put one of these videos together between shooting, editing, adding the sound effects and all that stuff.
Well, guys, way to go. We are super proud that some Michigan dad and son won this international competition. Evan, high five. We know you're the brains behind the competition. We know you're the one doing all the work.
He is. Takes all the pictures at least.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your hobby with us. Check them out on YouTube. Check them out on Facebook. Animated Brick Builders. Cool guys and a real cool hobby.